Hey, looking for natural birth control without side effects? Then join me in using natural cycles and get ready to plan or prevent pregnancy with the FDA-cleared birth control app. Now, since Natural Cycles is an app, it's 100% natural, meaning no hormones, and it has zero side effects. It also helps to teach you about your own body and your unique cycle. Now, to make it easy to get started, use my code ESSENTIALLYYOU at naturalcycles.com and get 20% off your annual Natural Cycles subscription, plus a free thermometer. So go and get the app today. Now, it's important to note that Natural Cycles is for 18 and older and does not protect against STDs. Welcome back to the Essentially You podcast. I am your host, Dr. Marisa Snyder, and I'm here to help you rock your hormones and feel great in your body so that you can reclaim more energy, vitality, and joy and become the CEO of your health. Let's jump on in. So last month, back in July, I was at Target down the street from my house to get organic tampons because my period finally came back since February 2020. And honestly, I was really excited about it. And I also remembered while I was there that my husband had asked me to pick up some vitamin D because we had just ran out of my Essentially Whole Vitamin D Complete supplement. And it happened to be that day he woke up with a sore throat and wanted to nip it before it became something more with a mega dose of vitamin D. See, anytime we feel sick or we've got a sore throat coming on, we typically take a high dose of vitamin D Complete. It's usually 50 to 100 units just to knock out whatever's coming through. And a quick note, I should also share that I often give away my Essentially Whole supplements to friends and family, and had just given my last bottle away to my mama, who also had a sore throat and thought she had COVID, so she wanted to megadose on some vitamin D as well. Anywho, I am in the supplement section of Target and I am scouring for some vitamin D. And after reading 4 to 5 different brand labels, I end up calling Alex and I ask him, do you really need this? Because every single vitamin D on the shelf contained hydrogenated oils like corn oil. Yuck. And honestly, I just couldn't buy it. I couldn't do it. I mean, who wants their vitamin D with a big dose of inflammatory corn oil? Doesn't that defeat the purpose? I mean, it is so crazy how label savvy we need to be these days. Needless to say, I didn't buy any of that vitamin D at Target and ended up rush shipping one of my bottles of vitamin D Complete. Because let me tell you, that supplement delivers results. Taking vitamin D Complete has kept my vitamin D levels in optimal range for almost 2 years now. And before that, I was typically at low normal. So I am never going to stop taking that. And it was like one of the first times ever that we had like a week blip of not having that supplement inside of our house. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the insane benefits of vitamin D, check out the episode 311. Because I think vitamin D is such an amazing vitamin/hormone that we should all know what it does. And this episode is 4 surprising signs you are not getting enough vitamin D and optimal levels we should be striving for to stay healthy. So I get into the nitty-gritty of what it really looks like because so often doctors tell us we're in a normal range when actually our levels are suboptimal. So if you want to go dive deeper into that, there's the episode 311. Now, one of the biggest reasons I decided to embark on launching my own supplement line, because let me tell you, it is not for the faint at heart. I felt called to create supplements that really supported women and men too, but mostly women, based on research done by a woman for women with high quality ingredients and none of the yucky fillers and extras that so many supplements contain, which I'm about to get into, right? Today's all about the top 10 ingredients to avoid in your supplements. And I wanted super effective supplements that really moved the needle, that they were designed to work specifically for women's bodies and actually address hormonal imbalances. Because I believe that we deserve high quality supplements that are attuned to our bodies, because I know I've said it and I'm going to say it again, we are not small men. And let's be honest, most supplements on the market are designed for men. They don't really take into account our chemistry, our hormones, all of it. And they just make kind of smaller dosage for women. It's not good enough. So be wary of mass supplements at your drugstore, your grocery store, and especially places like Costco. Because what's the point of buying solutions to support your health if they are poor quality and filled with mostly fillers and designed for men, right? So I'll never forget when I was struggling with severe Hashimoto's symptoms. I mean, I was in it. I felt like I was in the dark night of the soul. I was just feeling so miserable. And I knew that I needed very high quality supplements to help support me. And I got a hold of some great ones, and it turned it all around for me. Like, I really felt the power of those supplements and what they can really do for us. And I bounced back. Like, I had a huge turnaround in 90 days. And that's when I knew it was time for me to develop a supplement line that deliver results for some of the most pressing issues that women deal with, like irregular menstrual cycles, estrogen dominance, lagging energy, feeling stressed and overwhelmed, anxious, brain fog, and really helping to create stable blood sugar levels. And that's the line that I've got right now. And just in the last year, just full disclosure, some of my neurotransmitters, including serotonin, were very, very low. And I have known that women who breastfeed for extended periods of time can start to see lower than normal serotonin levels. And let me tell you, mine were low. So guess what? Supplements were the game changer. They were the things that I used to get myself back into normal range. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am to have a brain that is working again for me. And my Neuro Plus Support blend was a huge help. It was a part of my protocol of helping to boost my serotonin levels. So given how helpful supplements can be, definitely I have seen the big change. When I am taking them consistently, it's like night and day. But it's equally important to know what to look out for and what to avoid when it comes to choosing a supplement to up-level your health. Because that's the name of the game. You take supplements to up-level your health, not to downgrade it. So it's important to know that ingredients other than the actual vitamin or mineral labeled on the supplement bottle are called inactive ingredients, or simply other ingredients on the bottle. This is what you want to look out for when reading the label. Now, under this broad term, there are several categories of inactive ingredients in supplements, each designed for specific uses. These are fillers, binders, coatings and glazes, flow agents, disintegrants, colorings, flavors, preservatives, both natural and artificial. What I'm loving about the Natural Cycles birth control app is that when you use the app to prevent pregnancy, it is 93% effective with typical use and 98% effective with perfect use. Now, these stats are pretty amazing, and it's easy to use. What you do is you take your temperature first thing in the morning and add it to the app. Then it will give you a green day, meaning not fertile, or a red day, which is fertile, so you should use protection or abstain if preventing pregnancy in return. Plus, it's 100% natural, meaning no hormones, and has no side effects. It can also help teach you about your own body and your menstrual cycle. And let me tell you, having body literacy is so important. That's why I'm already using Natural Cycles starting this month. It's already part of my morning routine, and I want to help to make it yours. So to get started, use my code EssentiallyYou at thenaturalcycles.com to get 20% off your annual Natural Cycles subscription plus a free thermometer to make it super easy. Now, Natural Cycles is for 18 and older and does not protect against STDs. Now, the United States Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, requires supplement manufacturers to list all non-medical ingredients on the label. But as a side note, while many drug, aka pharmaceutical manufacturers, voluntarily list inactive ingredients in medicines that they produce, they are not required by law to list them. So whether an inactive ingredient is listed on the label or not, it is left up to you, the consumer, to learn what those terms are and how they may affect you and your body. Now, keep in mind that many ingredients labeled as inactive may actually be quite harmful to the person taking it, especially if they're taking it for long-term usage, because even though it says inactive doesn't mean it's harmless. For example, for those with celiac disease, a product that contains an inactive gluten additive can potentially prove very harmful indeed. Now, the FDA has approved over 13,000 inactive ingredients for use in medications and supplements, according to an early 2017 database. Now, that is a lot of inactive ingredients, and I have a feeling that there have been many more since 2017 added to the list. But today, I'm going to be focusing on the top 10 ingredients to avoid, and you will not find any of these ingredients or the 13,000 inactive ingredients in my Essentially Whole supplement line. That I promise. So without further ado, let's get into number 1, stearic acid and magnesium stearate. These two related compounds top the list, and not because they are the most dangerous supplement additives out there. There's still debate on that subject, but it's because they are so very common. Stearic acid is thought of as a simpler form of the magnesium stearate, and one estimate states that about 90% of nutritional supplements contain either one or the other. They are mostly used as flow agents to help manufacturing go smoothly and to speed up the process. They are also considered lubricants so that they can help supplements absorb quicker in the GI tract. And that sounds like a win, right? You have something to help supplements absorb faster in the GI tract. But what research is showing us, side effects of long-term stearic acid intake could be immune system suppression, slowing down the digestion, and formaldehyde risk and possible toxic contamination due to poor manufacturing practices. Number 2, gluten-based substances. This category is at the top of the list because inactive ingredients that contain gluten are very common and often disguised as other substances. In 2011 study conducted by the University in Romania, the presence of gluten was found in almost 24% of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and other samples studied. That's almost a quarter of the supplements on the market. Now, for those with celiac disease or extreme gluten intolerance or someone with an autoimmune condition, the presence of gluten can cause extreme discomfort, ranging up to very serious health complications. Now, some of these include some of the labels that are disguising themselves are going to be wheat starch, starch hydrosolate, modified starch, dextrins, and dextrates. Number 3, a monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG. Now, you're likely aware of the many harmful toxic side effects associated with MSG, including the damage it can cause to the brain. But MSG in supplements, really? Unfortunately, yes. What's more, some companies are super sneaky about it, and makes sense, right? Because we all know that we don't want it in anything that we're consuming. So here's a tip. Many natural flavors are substances that contain MSG. So your safest bet to avoid supplements and processed foods that contain natural flavors. Oh my goodness. Can you think of how many different food products and supplement products list natural flavors on the bottle? Ooh, that is a scary prospect. Something to consider and something to easily identify. Number 4, lactose. So we all know many people these days, and really many people for many years, cannot digest lactose, a sugar substance found in all dairy products. If you are lactose intolerant, then even supplements containing it may be problematic for you. There is also a concern of the source of the lactose found in your supplements. If it is commercially derived and non-organic, you're likely ingesting GMOs and unnecessary hormones as well. Yeah, just because it can be broken into a very small inactive ingredient doesn't mean that it doesn't contain GMOs or unnecessary hormones. So something to look out for. Number 5, sugar. Sugar in supplements? Say what? Now, you may be vigilant in avoiding sugar in your diet, but could you be allowing it to sneak in through your supplements? Unfortunately, the biggest culprit of high sugar load exists in children's vitamins. You can imagine gummies and mineral supplements, right? Even probiotics for kids. Oh my gosh, I'm amazed at how many of these products have sugar in them. And I get it. We want to make them sweet for our kids. Now, according to a 2015 article in Newsweek magazine, many popular kids' vitamin brands contain high amounts of sorbitol, corn syrup, artificial colors, and artificial flavors. So it's not even just sugar that we need to be concerned with, it's all the things. So really be mindful about your kids' multivitamins, your probiotics for kids, and I'm sure I will have a podcast at some point breaking a lot of this down. But again, it's just looking out for those types of ingredients. Number 6, soy. Soy-based substances are another source of controversy. Obviously, I've talked about it here on the show. Unless the label specifies that it has organic soy products sold in the United States, guaranteed it is almost always GMO derived, which has been linked to reproductive cancers. And that's the thing about soy, is that the highly processed GMO derived soy, that's the dangerous stuff. And unfortunately, that's the stuff that's fillers in so many foods and supplements these days. Other names for soy products and supplements include soybean oil, soy lectin, and soy protein. And I cannot tell you, I think one of the vitamin D products that I was looking at Target had soybean oil on it and corn oil. I was like, oh, hell no. All right, next is number 7. Titanium dioxide. Now, this is a pigment in many popular commercial supplement brands and also makeup, by the way. It is a man-made substance that has recently been linked to lung and respiratory tract cancers by the European Chemical Agency. It has also been shown to have an inhibitory effect on the liver. I don't know about you, but I do not want anything having an impact on my liver or my respiratory tract. So looking out for titanium dioxide on any product, including your personal care products and your supplements. Now, what's really fascinating is the reason why they use titanium dioxide is for aesthetic purposes only. It's mainly to make pills look pearly white, which really is unnecessary when it comes to nutritional supplements. Number 8, this is artificial food coloring. Now, any particular supplement that contains DNC red number 33 or any artificial coloring has to have a warning label in Europe because of the link between these dyes and hyperactivity in children. In the United States, no such warning is required, but that doesn't mean that they aren't affecting your neurological health and the health of your family. They are used to make pills red or warm colored, like an orange or a yellow, basically make pills look like pills, and it's purely for aesthetic reasons only. So leave these harmful toxins out of your supplements and out of your food in general, like out of your frostings, out of your processed candies and cookies. I mean, be on the lookout for this. Be careful about the dye that you use for dyeing eggs during Easter, all of that stuff. It really, really matters. All right. Next one is number 9, and that is methacrylic copolymer. I don't know about you, but this just sounds dangerous. Methacrylic copolymer is used as a glazing agent in many commercial supplement formulas. It has been shown to have teratogenic effects in rat studies, which means that it may disturb normal fetal development. So if you're pregnant, it is especially important that you avoid this known toxin. And I'll be honest with you, I have a feeling that it's messing with all type of reproductive growth as well if we dig deeper into the research. So avoid that at all costs. At number 10, methyl or propyl paraben. That is like a crazy buzzword, right? This is a category of supplement additives with a definite link to breast cancer and cancers affecting the reproductive and endocrine system. It is literally an endocrine disruptor. Studies, including a 2010 Danish study published in the Journal of Reproductive Toxicology, indicates that exposure to parabens can change thyroid hormone levels as well as hormone levels in the reproductive system overall. It also has a crazy impact on insulin and metabolic hormones. So it's super important to avoid that as much as possible in all products, not just your supplements. And that is my top 10 list. So it's important. I know I could not go through all of them, so I recommend doing your best to choose only natural other ingredients or natural inactive ingredients. Many vitamins and mineral supplements sold at common grocery stores, drugstores, and big box stores are mass-produced and contain toxins such as the 10 listed above, as well as solvents that combine to the nutrient that you are ingesting. On the other hand, supplement companies have also come up with choosing and deciding to choose 100% natural inactive ingredients to keep their products safe for their customers. So keep in mind that there are many other ingredients that are perfectly safe to use. Some of those include organic plant cellulose, vegetable stearate, silicon dioxide, apple cider vinegar, fermented sprout purple maize, 100% organic non-GMO gelatin, and glycerin. Those are just some things to be looking out for. And rest assured that you are safe with me. The amount of scrutiny that I go through with my supplement line is really, really intense. I have such a high standard, and I always want to provide supplements with optimal dosage of high ingredients that deliver real results. Because if you're going to spend money on a solution to help your body feel better, it needs to move you closer to feeling that way. That's what I believe 100%. The goal of a supplement is to fill in a nutrient gap and to optimize the function of your body. And if it's not doing that, then it's not worth purchasing. It's not worth spending your money at all. So again, when it comes to buying supplements, you really do get what you pay for. If you're buying the mass-produced big bottles of stuff, you're probably not going to get the results you're looking for, and you're probably going to get a slew of harmful inactive substances in the particular supplement that you're taking. So for me, I learned a while ago that buying mass supplements is a no-go. And wonderful reminder at Target, a month ago, just looking at labels, just like what is in these labels and super being freaked out by it. So just note that, hold on to your money, buy something that's worthwhile, that's actually going to do something for you. That would be my best recommendation, especially right now. We feel very much like we're in a recession and we want to make sure our dollar stretches as far as it can go. So if you're going to spend money on a high quality supplement that's really going to support your body, make sure you do your research, your due diligence. I highly recommend checking out the Essentially Whole line because it will move the needle for you. And because I know it can be so difficult trying to figure out what you need, I do want to gift you my top 11 hormone supplement guide so that you can easily figure out what you need right now for your hormones and your body. And I'll have a link in the show notes for this episode. And in case you haven't heard yet, I am so excited. I'm going to be hosting my biggest and best hormone event of the year, and you have an exclusive invitation. All you got to do is register for free to attend my Hormone Relief Summit. And you'll get access to 40 plus world-renowned expert interviews that literally are going to break down what foods to eat and which ones to avoid at all costs, what supplements can help you to get more energy instantly, how to address root causes that are really going to mess up your hormones and your body. So we get to the really nitty-gritty of what is really causing the issues and the missing piece that keeps so many women feeling stuck, right? What is that thing? That's what we're going to be covering inside of this incredible summit. Plus, as soon as you register, you're going to get some amazing bonuses because I love me some surprises. I love me some free gifts. So there are going to be some sexy free guides. One, it's going to be my top 14 hormone balancing recipe guide, my energy boosting cheat sheet, and the top 10 inflammatory foods report. So you're going to get those as well. And all you got to do is claim your free spot for the Hormone Release Summit by going to releasesummit.com/podcast. And the link will be in the show notes for you to go and register. And if you feel so inclined, if there's someone in your life that really needs to hear this message, there's someone who needs just an incredible lineup of speakers that are going to speak directly to them and really give them what they need to make solutions happen in their body and in their life, let them know. Give them the link, releasesummit.com/podcast. Invite them, get your bestie to attend so you can cherry pick what works best for you in terms of the talks and get the solutions that you deserve. Until the next episode, have an amazing day. All summer long, I have been cooking up something very special for you, and now I can finally share it. You have an exclusive invitation to the biggest hormone event of the year, my Hormone Relief Summit, designed to give you everything that you need to balance your hormones and feel incredible in your body. And it is free. So get ready to finally get the answers you deserve all in one place and reclaim your energy, metabolism, sex drive, focus, and so much more while making it easy and fun. Not to mention, this once-in-a-lifetime event will save you so much time and money. So register today for free and get some incredible bonuses at reliefsummit.com/podcast. That is reliefsummit.com/podcast. I can't wait to see you there.